Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2026, wear sunscreen. While I know it continues to be a debated topic, 30 years later, that advice still holds up better than most economic forecasts, influencer courses, or political promises. And since you're still here, I'd like to present some current thoughts for your consideration based on my own meandering experience. I will dispense this information now. There is plenty to worry about, but there always has been plenty to worry about and always will be plenty to worry about. So release your worry, because worrying is about as effective at solving issues as trying to unplug a very clogged drain with a wilted rose petal. You are graduating into a world where infinitely available $20 a month machines can simulate almost every facet of society. You are already living in a world of perfect-looking videos, cloned voices, synthetic personalities, AI-generated certainty, algorithmic political persuasion, and emotionally convincing lies delivered to the palm of your hand at planetary scale. Some of that may amaze you. Some of it may terrify you. Most of it will simply become normal much faster than you think. Human beings normalize miracles frighteningly fast. The internet became wallpaper. GPS became invisible. Infinite music became background noise. And now intelligence itself is becoming ambient. You are being told that within 5 years, AI will do everything better than you. You are being fed messages that imply humans now matter less and less. Do not believe that for a single second. Show up for yourself and show up for your community authentically. This year, and even more so in the coming years, authenticity will simultaneously become more valuable and likely way more difficult to recognize. Anyone can now generate words. The key is to listen deep within to know what is worth saying. Anyone can generate images. The key is discernment to know what is worth seeing and what is worth sharing. Anyone can automate communication. The key is learning the skills it takes to truly connect. History class may be behind you, but study history. 2 generations ago, people feared factories. 1 generation ago, people feared computers. Now, people fear intelligence itself. We've entered a new age, because every age is shaped by what becomes scarce. The agricultural age was when land was scarce. The industrial age was when energy was difficult to direct. The information age happened when a computer took several floors of a building. The attention age? It's over. Attention is no longer scarce. It's simply infrastructure. And you and I are living in the early years of a new age, the trust age. So learn this phrase early and use it often. Trust, but verify. And if you can manage it, assume good intent from most people you meet face to face until reality proves otherwise, because if technology trains us to distrust each other by default, then the machines which can be used to breed distrust and those who invented them do not need to defeat us. We will quietly dismantle each other all on our own. We've done this many times before in history, but we can choose differently. History keeps teaching the same lessons. One of those lessons is that the richest place on earth isn't a diamond mine or a bank vault or even a Bitcoin wallet. It's the graveyards of this planet. Dreams never lived, ideas never explored, and relationships never built. Going to your grave with your treasury inside of you and never exploring the depths of your unexamined humanity means that we never got to know the universe inside of you. So learn how to use the powerful tools so easily available to explore your universe. use the tools to build this world, not because your boss or your job told you to. Deciding not to deeply understand the defining tool of your age is not rebellion, it is surrender. Please understand, that does not mean your concerns are wrong. Many jobs will disappear. Many relationships will suffer. Many industries will fracture. Many institutions will pretend everything is fine right up until the moment the ceiling caves in. You will watch highly educated people confidently explain why change is impossible. They will say this in the fractions of a second before the change happens anyway. Become adaptable. The people who thrive in the upcoming years will not necessarily be the strongest, the richest, the loudest, or the most credentialed. They will be the people who can learn and adapt quickly while deepening human connection, especially that human connection within yourself. Protect your attention. Protect your ability to sit in stillness, especially while in nature. You will find many answers there. And use the tools now available to you as question machines. Use them to learn how to think deeply, not just how to repeat or produce. Use them to learn what it takes to build something truly great. Don't just ask and consume responses. And learn how to calm yourself, because people who are fearful and anxious are the people who are most easily manipulated. Learn how to sit with discomfort long enough that you discover whether that discomfort is fear or truth speaking. And once you know, act accordingly. Read books written before the printing press was invented. Talk to people who disagree with you without turning them into villains. Call your parents more often. Stretch, sleep, save money. More importantly, invest money. Learn how to make money grow while you sleep. It exists. Lift weights. Wear ear protection at concerts. Back up your files early and back them up often. Always be kinder than online anonymity allows you to be. And please understand this: algorithms are not neutral. Every platform profits when you are outraged, addicted, insecure, tribal, reactive, or especially afraid. If you do not consciously choose what shapes your mind, someone else will happily choose for you. So do not outsource your soul to recommendation engines. There has already been and continues to be enormous pressure in your lifetime to become a brand instead of first being a person. Resist this if you can. You do not need to turn every hobby into content. You do not need to monetize every joy, and you do not need strangers validating your existence. You are a 1 in 300 million chance. Your very existence has value. And at least in your own home, you get to decide which moments should remain yours alone. So set your home up accordingly. Take pictures, but also sometimes don't. There are sunsets your nervous system deserves to experience without performance. And when you do connect, know that in whatever audience, whether one person or many, most people are carrying inside of them invisible grief, loss, confusion, exhaustion, financial pressure, loneliness, or disappointment, all while pretending to be fine. They often do this through a carefully curated profile picture. So forgive people more often, including yourself, especially yourself. Do not confuse being noticed with being known. The people who truly love you will not care how optimized you are. They will care whether you were present. Travel if you can, not to escape, but to remember how large reality actually is. Stand somewhere ancient, somewhere mountains existed before empires. Go somewhere cathedrals were built by people who would never live to see them finished. Go places where humans still rarely tread. It will help recalibrate your ego. And when your definition of success finally comes, and for many of you it will, remember this: a life optimized entirely for efficiency and convenience eventually becomes mentally and spiritually unlivable. Leave room for wonder. Leave room for art. Leave room for music. Leave room for God, if you believe in God. And leave room for mystery if you don't. The wisest people you meet over the next 30 years will usually have one thing in common. They will have stayed teachable. So stay curious longer than other people. It ages better. Another thing, do not spend your entire life trying to avoid looking foolish. Every meaningful life eventually requires you to be cringe before you become competent. Sing badly. Dance awkwardly. Launch the project. Start the business. Publish the imperfect thing. And tell someone you love them before you are fully sure they'll say it back. Because most regret is accumulated caution. And finally, the race you are in is not against the machines. It never was. The race is against your own desire to be better than you were yesterday and against your own drift. Will you drift into passivity? Into your own distraction? Into your own cynicism? Into your own willingness to let convenience replace meaning? The future will belong to people who remain deeply human while learning to wield extraordinary tools. Become one of them. And yes, wear sunscreen.